Malu's still trash.
This girl that's beautiful on the outside, but in the inside, she's a real monster. And she has been racist. She has been homophobic. She has been abusive, and just so many things that goes on. I've been physically assaulted.
Tell me if my purse is in the fucking car, nigga. Are you stupid? The fuck you think I'm telling you hello for?
And my last assistant, I knew he was a dumb. So I don't know. Talk to your family, whatever. But if you don't come today, then forget about the job.
As you guys just heard from that little montage that I put together, it came out yesterday that Malu has been mistreating her employees, which isn't really surprising because Malu's been trash for years. I don't know if you guys know her, whether you started following her when she was on Musically or when she was on TikTok or when she became like some Cuban singer. You should know who we're talking about. She's in controversy all the time. This bitch cannot keep herself out of any type of problems, and she has had so many controversies and allegations about being racist, even over the virus when she said that disgusting statement about Chinese people. Here, watch this.
Bitch, I'm sorry, not trying to be racist or anything, but every time I see a Chinese person, I go, don't breathe.
So yesterday it came out and Rolling Stone made an article titled, "It's Degrading. Singer Malu Trevejo sued by ex-staffers over abusive treatment." Are we surprised? Are we really surprised? Now, coming from where I'm from, which is Broward, this is the first place that Malu stopped and touched down when she came from Cuba. And it's been a hellfire ever since. When she first came here, she never had a good attitude. People always had a problem with her. They always were online talking about how she had a bad attitude. She would go online trying to dance and they'd say that she couldn't dance. Love her or hate her, this bitch is a bad person, and I cannot believe you guys are acting like you didn't know this already. So the Rolling Stone article reads, "Using her position of power to inflict emotional, mental, and verbal abuse upon her staff, according to a new civil lawsuit filed in Miami against Trevejo and her company by the 4 former staffers. In addition to alleged harassment and emotional and verbal and mental abuse, the former employees who are seeking at least $4 million in damages are suing Trevejo for battery, defamation, and sexual misconduct, amongst other complaints." Now, I came across this story yesterday when I was on Instagram, just scrolling through, as I do sometimes. Because it's not dead yet. It's dying, but it's not dead yet. And I saw one of the people who I used to go to school with post this article and then tag this other guy who I went to school with. So I already know this guy, and I've been on his page before, and I saw when he had it in his bio that he was Malu's assistant. So I'm going through his page, seeing what's going on, and then he goes live. Now, I was shocked because in this live, there were 4 people. It was him and 3 other people, and all of them used to work for Malu, and they were literally talking about their horrible experience with working with her. So I had to bus over into the nearest parking lot. I was in the middle of an AMC parking lot screen recording the live so I could bring this news to y'all, okay? I had to pull over. I almost ended my life trying to get across the street to get this information because I knew it was going to be good, okay? Now, just telling you guys from what I know, from what I've seen from Rich in school when we were going there together, he was a very professional and put together guy. So for those of you who think this may be a lie or if any of them are clout chasing, there's evidence, and hey, just take this at face value. Here's the ats of everybody that was in the live. We have Ralph, who was the security guard, Victoria, who I'm not really sure what her position was, but we can see that she was working for her. We have Eduardo, who was her co-manager as well as assistant, and we have Rich, who was her assistant. In the Rolling Stones article, we could see that it says one of the biggest complaints that the employees had was that she would call them and try to get them at these crazy hours, and if they didn't respond to her, she would get livid. Like, imagine your boss calling you at 3 a.m. telling you to get him McDonald's. You are in stage 3 of REM sleep, and this nigga's like, "Hey, where are my chicken nuggets?" Wake the fuck up, where are my chicken nuggets? Like, damn, what's wrong with you? Just calm down.
Bitch, please. Fuck you mean you didn't get no messages and I texted you? The fuck do you mean? I'm texting you through the other phone and you don't fucking answer. This is pissing me off. I told you yesterday, get me the chef. I want to be here. I won. It's 2:22 and the chef is not here. What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? You can't do nothing.
In that video, we heard her talking about how she was trying to get a chef to come, well, asking Rich to get the chef to come, and at hours when he was sleeping. And then she got extremely mad when he did get the chef to come, but it was like an hour late from the time that she wanted it. So she didn't want it anymore. Now, in these screenshots, we could read it here where she's saying, "What the fuck? Are you literally R-word? He's still here making the food. I hear him. Tell him to stop now." And she's saying this all in caps. And Rich is responding saying they're calling him now to tell him to leave. And she said, "You gotta be the dumbest MF ever. Why?" The spelling, it's crazy. But anyways, I want us to pay attention to whenever she speaks or we read a text message of her interacting with somebody and how they respond to her, because I find it hilarious that everyone is being so respectful to her, professional, and she is being the grim fucking reaper. Like, this bitch is clawing out the pits of hell to give back the dirtiest response that she could ever think of possible. Now, in that screenshot, we could see Rich saying, "I will message you when you calm down. I can't take the negativity right now," as he should, because bitch, you're doing a lot this morning. And she says, "Oh, it negativity is the fucking truth. You dumb as shit. He not stopping. I won't be paying for food now. I'm going back to sleep. If he does it, the pasta, I will throw the pasta at the fucking car you drive through the fucking window." So she's threatening that if the chef finishes making the food, one, she's not going to pay for it, and two, she is going to launch it at Rich's car, which is crazy as fuck. Like, girl, calm down. But this isn't the first time that she's made a statement about not paying somebody on time. In the live, Rich was talking about how he would have a lot of problems with people coming for him and trying to threaten him because she would request work, get the work done, and then not pay the people on time, then try to go back to the people to get them to do something else. But he had to like mouth feed and spoon feed and hold her fucking hand to explain to her that people aren't going to want to work with you if when they worked with you the first time you didn't pay them. Stuff like that could get people upset, you know? And her response to telling him this was disgusting. Listen to this.
Not for you taking that shit. I'm gonna take on to 11 p.m. tonight to send the fucking money. I was gonna do it right now, but not all of you could suck my fucking dick.
So even though he's sitting here trying to explain to her things that she should already know, because any human being with some common courtesy, respect, or any type of functioning brain cells would understand this simple logic that, you know, you get service, you request service, you pay for service. But she seems to not care about anybody's time but her own, because it's obvious that this bitch thinks that her shit doesn't stink. Now, speaking of people's time and not being able to do anything, Ralph interjects and says that while being her 24-hour security guard, which she compared to feeling like slavery, that he couldn't even do simple things like working out for like an hour or two without there being some type of drama or some type of stress. Imagine living in this negativity just because, you know, people have to get paid and they have to provide for their families. Like, this is so disgusting to do to anybody. Ugh.
I remember I just wanted to work out. You know, I love to work out and shit. Every time I would even try to even take a hour or two to work out, it's always a headache. It's always like, oh, you gonna lose your job, you know, always pressure.
Then we have Victoria, who told her story saying that even on Thanksgiving, when she was with her family, you know, this is a time where everybody's off, Malu was blowing her up saying that she wanted to go to the salon. And when Victoria told her that salons aren't open today because it's Thanksgiving, Malu threatened her and said, "If you don't find me a salon, watch what I'm going to do to all of you." Which is crazy. Like, who the fuck do you think, I don't know who this bitch thinks she is. She thinks that she's like Paris Hilton or Lindsay Lohan or Britney Spears in the early 2000s, but it was never giving that. It was never giving that. She's far too lackluster, okay? It's not giving it, girl. I'm sorry.
She wanted a salon. She wanted to go get her hair done. No salons are open on Thanksgiving. It's a holiday. There's no salons. You might have to go tomorrow. LOL. I was like, Malu, it's Thanksgiving. Not even grocery stores are open. Yep, everybody got family. Bye, Vic. If you don't find me a good-ass place, I know what I'm going to do with you and everyone. Bye.
Now, Victoria was also quoted saying, "God, she's so beautiful on the outside, but that's all I can give you. As soon as she opens her mouth, she becomes the ugliest person in the room." Which, honestly, I don't expect anything less, because she's showed her ass before and she's showing her ass now. Like, this bitch is literally speed running her cancellation, like, as we speak. The security guard gets in there and he starts talking about how she is literally like this, speaking to people like this from the moment she wakes up till the moment she goes to sleep. She decides to make everybody's life around hers a living hell.
And then she would speak like this from the morning to the night, bro. Like from the moment she would wake up, bro. Real talk. I was living with this girl fucking 24/7. I was her bodyguard. You feel me? So I was living with her and
You were her
experienced
slave,
all the
brother.
bullshit 24. Bro, I was her bodyguard / slave.
Not surprising. You get like that when you have your own insecurities and your own demons that you're fighting. But speaking of demons, let's talk about how she's been going around saying that Drake was going to sign her. But these guys have proof that she said that she's going to do witchcraft on Drake to get him to sign her.
We have proof of her even talking shit about Drake, saying that she will do spiritual shit on Drake if he doesn't respond to her.
Now, y'all, this is way far out. But I don't put it past her, because do you know how many times she's been on Twitter or been online talking about witchcraft and how she's going to put this on somebody and how she's going to do that to somebody? She said that she was going to do it to Bad Baby. She's talked about it in Instagram lives. This is nothing new. So I don't not believe this, okay? I don't not believe this. Now, as for everybody's positions, it was stated in the Rolling Stones article that she oftentimes put her bodyguard into dangerous positions because she would be trifling and instigate problems with other people, knowing that he was going to come and have to save her. And then there was a time when her and Eduardo got into a disagreement, and allegedly she pulled a knife on him. And then when the police came, she said that he was trying to torture her and blackmail her. So she pulled the white woman in distress card, which is crazy. Isn't she like 83% white? You remember that 8% black that she was trying to say that she was? Yeah, that's crazy how that can go from being 8% black to calling people dirty Haitians. It's funny how that pans out, huh? At the end of the day, we all shit brown, unless your shit's green or red, which I heard is bad, so you should get that checked out. But they also noted in here a video. I'm not really sure who this TikToker is because I'm not on TikTok too often, but if you know, maybe you'll know from watching this video. But she was watching this video of this girl on TikTok saying that the guy that the girl was with, she wanted him and she wanted to pay the girl $10,000 to get some tea on him and like expose them so that everything could be ruined. It was a whole thing. The ex-manager called her devious and all. Let me play the video for you. Maybe you guys will know who it is. And if you know, leave it in the comments because I'm feeling kind of nosy. I want to know.
Anyways, this girl was so devious that she planned to have relationships with him. But not only that, because I don't care about her sexual life because we have no right to get in anyone's sexual life. But just the fact that you're paying. Look, listen, I'm not even gonna say it.
Yeah, this is crazy. How about we talk to this girl, video that she followed me, and was pay her some money, so then she can get tea on these motherfuckers. So we pay her like, let's say 10K, right? I'll pay this bitch 10K right now.
I'll pay this bitch 10K.
She gets these motherfuckers to say some crazy shit and expose them.
And that's just one of the. That's just a TikToker that she's exposing.
They also stated that there's a likelihood that even though this information came out, she might not even care about this because she always says that she has her OnlyFans to fall back on, which I found so funny because while I was doing the research for this video, I went on her page to see what she was posting about, and the only thing that she posted was that she was going live on OnlyFans that same night. The same OnlyFans that they said that she has bots on responding to men instead of it being herself, which I'm not surprised because I don't think any of these girls are really responding to guys on OnlyFans. On the Rolling Stones article, it says the attorney for Malu Trevejo said that Miss Trevejo is aware of the false allegations in the lawsuit and looks forward to defending herself against these baseless claims. Editing desk here. I just find it so funny that she was able to call these claims baseless when the voice messages are literally in our fucking faces. There's the base right there, bitch. It's the base is basing. It kind of makes me wonder what she was talking about in this video where she was crying, saying that people were trying to blackmail her and that they had tapes of her.
That's what I'm trying to tell you right now. Who I was working with was recording me from the first day I was working with them. From the first fucking day I was working with them. Just so then, if I ever wanted to stop working with them, they could ask for money and be like, I could expose this and I could expose this. So, if they go ahead and do that, go ahead. I don't care no more. This is crazy. I can't.
And I'm with the person who made it. I wonder what's on those tapes that had you so scared, because what's coming out right now is really showing your true colors and showing your ass. I hope that when this case goes through court, that they get the justice that they deserve. We'll be following this case if there are any updates on it. When it does get to court, I'll be updating you guys on that. So leave in the comments, what do you think about Malu? What do you think about this situation? What do you think about how she was treating everybody? I truly cannot, I can't even fathom the type of trauma that they must be going through after having to deal with that for so long. People like this don't deserve anything good. I really hope that she loses in court.
It's what she deserves.
Oh my God.
This is pretty privilege at its finest. Y'all made this bitch famous. Now look at what she's doing. This bitch thinks she's hot shit.